Writing social media content can be a challenge, but I have 9 tips to help you nail it with your social media content. Now, I'm Maggie Carey from Master It Media. I elevate brands by developing an engaging social media presence to build them an audience of raving fans. Now, I do all of this for my clients, but if you want to do your own social media, I provide tips every Monday on Master It Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and have a great time getting social media done for you as easy as you can. So let's talk about our topic today. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you are 9 tips to write social media content. Now, this is something that I swear my clients come to me all the time. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where what I should be posting. I don't even know if what I'm posting is going to be the best thing for my company. Now, look, social media is a way that we level the playing fields with the big guys. So if you're a small to medium sized business, these tips are going to help you get the most out of your social media. Now, social media content is the tip of the brand's pen. It's the voice of your organization. So, the right social media content can build trust and make your customers feel like they're connected with someone, not just a business, right? So, you want every post, every image, every video to have that, but to be perfect before you press that send button. Now, having a consistent tone of voice is important on social media. It's essential, but it's also vital for you to stand out from your competition. So, using this guide that I'm going to share with you today, these tips, is going to help you create content and build yourself an audience of raving fans. So, let's talk about our first tip. Understand your audience. People will respond to your social media content if it helps them solve a problem or answer a question. You need to know what they're looking for, what they want from you and your brand, and how they communicate with you online. Once you understand your audience, it's easy to write content that speaks directly to them. Now, next up is write in an informal writing style. When you're using an informal writing style, you write as if you're speaking to someone directly, to one person. It's the best way to engage your audience when you write in a conversational tone. That's because people respond better to what they're used to. And that means writing in a casual voice, not formal or stuffy. You don't want to sound like you're a sales pitch, right? Instead, you want to sound like you're a friend inviting them over for dinner. Once you've established that rapport with them, and you're using words that your audience is familiar with and it's relatable. So I and we and you. If you're talking about a product or a service, use the name often. It's okay, right? So your readers will remember it better because they'll be more familiar with it when they're ready for purchase. So, if I'm saying, hey, sign up for painless posting, it's going to help you get the most out of your social media and get your content done for you in less time, money, and stress. Now, as I'm saying that, right, I could say again, I could say and painless posting and you and we, right? All of those words help your audience in that informal writing style. Now, here's, briefly mentioned in that informal writing style, you do not want to be sounding overly, well, let's say instead of do not, let's say it this way: avoid sounding salesy or overly markety. no, those aren't real words. Remember that casual style I mentioned earlier? So when you're creating social media content, it's easy to get caught up in selling your product or your service. But it's important to remember that your audience is already interested in what you have to offer. That's why they're following you, right? So instead of sounding like a salesperson, try talking about something interesting and relevant to your audience, then let them know what you have to offer. That will make their lives easier and better. So the same thing that I'm talking about here, where we're saying, hey, painless posting's here to help you solve your problem, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, are you struggling with your social media? I'm sharing tips and advice on how to get the most out of your social media. And yes, painless posting is a tool that can help you with that challenge, right? Like that's sort of like you can do all of this or you can do this and we're here to help you, right? The next tip is to write in short sentences. And what I mean by that is simple words, easy to understand language. Look, we are in a world of a short attention span, and your social media content needs to be brief, neat, easy to understand, and to the point. Keep sentences short, use simple words. If you're looking for a quick way to improve your writing skills, try reading back over your work after you finished writing it and editing out any unnecessary words or phrases that don't add anything to your writing, to what you're trying to say, right? Don't beat a dead horse, is to use that vernacular, right? Make it short and sweet because that's what people are going to read. They're not going to read a whole litany of stuff. Now, that being said, right, here's another one. Proper grammar. Now, I'm going to give you a caveat to this one, but let's just say you should be you let's put it this way. Write in proper grammatical English, depending on your brand. So, proper grammar and spelling are essential for communicating effectively. And your audience will be able to trust you more if they see that you take the time to proofread your posts. So, learn the basics of grammar and then use a grammar checker to ensure your posts are error free. Sometimes being fun and quirky matches your brand, so you can be a bit lenient with your grammar. However, overall, it's a good rule of thumb. So keep that in mind when you're writing because the last thing you want to do is, and I see this often where people will use there, right? Is it THERE? Is it THEIR? Is it THEY apostrophe RE? Things like that. It Because when people see that you make an error like that, sometimes they trust you less. They feel, "Oh, they're not giving that attention to their social media." And we don't want people to feel like that, right? We want people to trust us and take a little bit of extra time. You're going through all this time writing your social media, run it through a Grammarly or something like that where it checks your grammar for you. Even Word has a grammar check that's built right into it. So, just take the time to check that out. Look, we all make mistakes, me included. I make grammatical mistakes all the time, but if you run it through a grammar check, you're going to avoid that problem. So here's my favorite. I got to tell you, use emojis, and I'm putting this wisely. So use emojis wisely when you're writing your social media content. Now, I love a good emoji in social media content. One reason is because it gives that pop of color in a black and white world. So that'll help you when you're writing your content to make it pop. But using emojis or emoticons to show your personality and be fun, but don't overdo it. Don't kill it with the social. I'm sorry, don't kill it on your social with your emojis. Instead, try to ensure that your words are descriptive enough to get the point across without resorting to emoji overload. Now, um, putting an emoji also can help with expression, right? So if you're saying something fun and quirky, and maybe you want to use the little, winky eye guy to kind of be fun. If it's mind exploding, you have that emoji. So you're on fire, there's fire. You can also have emojis that are that you identify with your brand, right? Like I have a purple heart, I have the emoji with the woman at the computer, right? These are things I use frequently, and people know, oh, that's part of my brand, right? So let's talk about hashtags. When you're writing content, hashtags are a great way to get user generated content. Now, user generated content is when you have your raving fans talking about you and you can use a hashtag like you're running a contest or something of that nature. So hashtags and competitions are a great way to get people involved. For example, you can set up a competition on social media where users post photos of themselves or videos using your product. You could ask them to use a specific hashtag when posting about the product. This will make it easier for you to find and share their posts on your page because that's awesome, right? When you have somebody else talking about you, that gives you social proof and that helps your brand grow. And you're also going to be able to show, like expand your user base or your follow base, right? So if you're running an online shop, it's worth asking customers what they think about your product or service. You can even get them to give you a few examples of questions that might help come up with answers. That's why when you're using stories or reels and you put a sticker on it that has a poll or ask me a question or a yes or no, those are great ways to get that as well. But using a hashtag along with that can kind of help you as well. So keep that in mind. Our next tip is to focus on the visuals. Now, we're talking about writing content, which is captions, but you have to make sure that your visuals match. And I'm saying visuals instead of image because this is photo, video, right? Your lives, whatever you want to say, your in every image. Every visual that you post should be tailored to your audience and ideally something that they'll want to share. So, the best way to do this is using a tool called Canva. Canva is a graphic design tool that can help you create social media posts very easy. If you use this link below, this will help you get a free pro version, but it's free to use with limited graphics and video. And if you pay a nominal fee, I think it's something like $12 a month, you get more video and more images to use, stock images and audio, and it's so much fun. I love Canva. It's my one of my favorite tools. So when you are looking at focusing on your video or your visuals, um, keep in mind that a tool like Canva has templates, fonts, graphics that you can use in your post, and they'll have tons of filters and overlays and other effects that you can use to make your image pop so that it stands out. You don't want to just use the first templates that you find on there. You want to dig a little deeper and go down further so that you can and add your own photos and or your own videos to make it uniquely you, but you use their templates as a starting point. So focus on those visuals because they will help you draw those visual people in so they read your caption, right? So you need that match between the two. And finally, you must this is not an if or maybe or you could. This is you must. Please be authentic in your social media. When I say that, it's being yourself, right? It should be the easiest thing in the world because social media is an opportunity for you to connect with your audience, and it's essential that you're authentic and transparent. Don't try to be someone or something you're not because that's what you think your audience want. Instead, just be yourself. Your followers will appreciate your honesty and your authenticity, and it will reflect in your content. Social media is a tool for you to deepen those customers or customer relationships through conversation and sharing content. You need to take the time to build trust with your fans and followers because social media is no longer a one way street. Customers expect businesses to be on social media and respond when they feel they're being spoken to as if they were sitting at a counter. So, these tips for writing social media content are here to help you get that engagement and that attention out of your social media, right? Um, so it's not just how effective you are at blasting out relevant content. It's about how well you interact with your followers and make them feel like they're a part of something, this part of a community or part of a an experience, right? This our society is moving towards experience. They're not um, they don't want to be sold to. They don't want to feel like they're being tricked into buying something. They want to know that you care about them and you've created this wonderful service or product to help them with their problem or their pain point or their challenge, right? So, um, look, this is where we want to make sure our social media is a good, true reflection of our services, who we are, what we do, and why we do it. Now, at Master It Media, we're here to help you with that challenge. So if you're struggling with what to do with your content, follow us on our sites. We have tons of free content. We've got tons of videos. We have at recording of this, over 180 videos on YouTube. Our tool, Painless Posting, is designed to help you create content every day of the week for in less than 5 minutes, right? It has captions, it's got graphics that you can edit in that wonderful Canva tool that I had mentioned. Um, and we've got a special going on now. I'd suggest if you're going to be looking at purchasing that, now is the time to do it because as we get later on in the month, that rate will be going up. And if you're struggling and not really sure, we do free audits. Go to masteritmedia.com/quick audit, and I'm happy to review one of your social media platforms with you to see if I can help you get that social media platform running at peak performance. Well, that's our Master It Monday today on 9 tips for writing social media content. I hope you found it helpful. Please make sure you give us that thumbs up if you liked our content today. Share this video, and by all means, ask your questions in the chat below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, guys, I will see you next Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Remember, here at Master It Media, we're here to help you take the commotion out of your promotion. See you next Monday at 2 p.m.